My name is Deven and my character's name is Jerry Becker. Jerry is an Air America pilot. He is a homosexual Air America pilot. That's something that is not hidden from his other pilots, from his co-workers, essentially. And it's something that's thrown in his face quite a bit because it's not hidden, and he doesn't feel that there's the desire to hide it. Growing up, I knew I had to be as good or better than the other guys. I knew I was different. I didn't know when I knew, or really even why I knew. I just knew I could do things gracefully, In the air, in a plane, I found myself. Sports? Well, I never understood why I couldn't excel. I mean, I certainly tried my best. I think there's a tendency with people portraying homosexual characters of almost putting out a stereotypical performance, a stereotypical a tone in the voice, a posture, anything of that nature. That by no means defined Jerry Becker. Jerry Becker was a badass. He was a pilot for Air America, and he deserved to be there. I would like to portray that, like, the fact that he is homosexual is just a small part of Jerry. Now, I always knew that when I landed the plane, that those harsh words, the criticism, and oftentimes the hatred of me by others would return and suffocate me once more. I'm a pilot, and I'm damn good. I'd like to be able to portray the fact that of how great of a pilot he was. Somebody that you would want to fly with, and somebody that you'd want on your side. I really don't know much about the Monk story and the Secret War. A lot of what I've learned has been through this process, and it's been incredibly eye-opening to me. Growing up in Sheboygan Falls and Sheboygan area, there's been a large Hmong population for basically my entire life, and I never really understood why, and I never understood the terrible things that these people went through in their homeland, and what brought them here, it brought them to America specifically. It's fascinating. It's horrifying, but it's a fascinating story, and one that doesn't get talked about very often. I've loved acting since I was a kid. I was always a performer. Going back to being 5 years old, my cousins and I did our own little pro wrestling organization in our backyard. It was something stupid, but it was something that we did, and we did it on our trampoline, and that was my first performing, I guess, if you want to call it that. We had our little characters and whatever, but as soon as I got older, it was the camaraderie, it was the family that is the theater. Even at a young age, you spent so much time with these people outside, when people were outside playing or whatever, you were inside working on making something come to life for everyone else.